Alrighty, team preview. Alright, so it looks like Will has got some little bit of Rain Team and Gothitelle shenanigans. I love Gothitelle with the whole Trick Room and Shadow Tag. It's great just for like restricting your opponent into doing things. And then over on Cedric's side, we've got some pretty common things. A Celigore, I think I'm pronouncing that correct. Definitely not on the used stats, but it's pretty common for using a Final Gambit just to get rid of some of the lower HP things. I know a lot of the Ultra Beast, there's no Ultra Beast really, but I believe it gets rid of Landorus and Charizard, Zapdos. It gets rid of a lot of threats, anything that's really not bulky. And Exceligore is pretty fast, so it helps just get rid of those threats without really worrying about it and just pressing a button to melt things. I believe the Smexy Noodle Will is gonna, like, I believe some of this team was similar to some teams at the Brooklyn MSS last week. Oh no, Mega Man Nectric was super popular over there. Alright, so Cedric leading with the... Wait, what's it? Alright, everything that I said, flip around those names, because I had it backwards. Alright, yeah, so Will's got the Exceligore and the Lele, and Cedric's got the Gothitelle and Ferrothorn. Okay, alright, just trying to confuse everyone. So we got the Exceligore out there, and I believe the Exceligore will be able to knock out the Ferrothorn with Final Gambit. Or not. I'm pretty sure it won't knock out the Gothitelle, because it's more than likely max HP invested. But it looks like Will predicted it with the ally switch, so cool. Alright, so our 3-3, and then we got the Lele with Focus Blast. Probably, it's safe to just throw one out. So, Galactic. So Final Gambit does damage equal to the amount of HP remaining. So, if you have a Pokemon with 200 HP and it uses Final Gambit, it does 200 damage, flat out. It ignores defense, stat changes, and all that other stuff. I know there, in VGC 17, there was a common Lucario. Whenever you saw it, it was probably like a Scarf Lucario with Final Gambit, because that would knock out all the Tapus. Alright, so we got Lele and Como. Como, yeah, Como, okay. Como is pretty terrifying with its new little Maraca super attack. Clamorous Clang or something like that? Clangorous Clang? I don't know, anyways, but it's gonna do it now. And so what it does is it hits both opposing Pokemon. Boost went up. They're like, okay, alright, there's the tech, yeah. Alright, cool, alright, whoa, whoa. Alright, Gothitel's just gonna heal that off with Wiki Berry. So now Como is the fastest thing on the field, but it doesn't matter. Now it's the slowest thing because of Trick Room. But usually when you see a Como on a team, everything else sort of like supports that. I know there's a lot of, like... I just brain farted right now. There's a lot of experimentation with it, because it is very strong. But Gothitelle bashing into it with, it's like a thing. It gets a boost with, weird terrain, or psychic terrain. But even with that special defense boost on the Komoro, like, it does so much. Like, Komo's so bulky. But, yes, alright, so they're trying to knock out the Landorus, but that Landorus is taking special attacks like crazy, so I'm assuming that is Assault Vest. I know there's a few variations of Landorus right now. Let's go over to the trusty usage stats. A bunch of them are doing Assault Vest is number 1 with 45%, just to help boost that special defense. Choice Scarf, Ground DMZ, oh, Choice Band's up there now at 3.5%. Well, it's not up there, but it's there. Alright, so Cedric's setting up some rain with the Politoed. Will's Lele fainted, so now we got some Charizard here. Probably gonna Mega Evolve to get rid of that rain, because rain can be it's not fun when you have Charizard out. It reduces fire attacks, it increases water attacks, it's just good for water. Water's really good right now. But right now, there's a strategy with Gothitelle and Politoed, where Politoed will use Perish Song. Yeah, so the whole strategy is Cedric wants to get William down to 2 Pokemon and then Perish Song while he has 3, and then he'll just like switch off with Protects and Ally Switch and all this other stuff. Just so when Perish Song happens, everything on the field, everything, including the Pokemon that uses Perish Song, will get knocked out in 3 turns. And 3 turns goes by pretty fast, especially with something. I don't know, I lost thought there. Anyway, so Gothitelle traps everything. You can't switch out. Cedric can still switch out. But yeah, using that Perish Song, like, you trap them with Gothitelle when Shadow Tag, and then just Perish Song everything, and then Protect and Ally Switch, and everything will get knocked out. It's pretty cool. It's an interesting strategy. It can be countered with like Taunt and stuff like that. Alright, so Will's gonna do some Heat Wave to knock out Cedric's Landorus and Gothitelle. But we got Politoed in the back, and Politoed is gonna get rid of that Sun and threaten back with Scald or Hydro Pump or some sort of water move. Charizard can't really do much. If Charizard had the Sun up, he'd be able to Solar Beam into Politoed, but Politoed just... Nope, yep, alright, so we'll realize it's over. I don't believe Solar Beam's damage is halved in the rain. I know it still takes a turn to charge up, but I don't believe it's halved. Because Solar Beam isn't a water move. Or, Solar Beam isn't a fire move. And the rain just reduces fire moves. It doesn't reduce grass. At least not that I know of. It is halved. Alright, that's... Look, I'm learning all this stuff. You don't play for a few years and you just play gimmick teams, and I'm learning all of this. Yeah, no, I developed a team last night. We'll share. Between rounds, maybe we'll get a little QR code thing. But it's a fun team. I shared it with Ashton. He thought it was amazing. I think it's amazing. Alright, cool, we're learning things. I never used Solar Beam or Solar Blade, because... I mean... I don't know. It's not that good, in my opinion. But... that's why I'm not a player. I'm a judge. And now I'm commentator today, so whatever. We're doing all the things. Alright, so here we go. Game 2. Cedric taking the first one. Oh yeah, alright, so we got a top 4. We got 4 Swiss rounds and we got the top 4. Alright, so we got Cedric leading with Ferrothorn and Gothitelle. And Will leading with Charizard and Landorus. So, the Intimidate puts down Ferrothorn a little bit. Like, it reduces the attack stat. So it's not going to do as much damage. But Ferrothorn really can't do much on the field with Charizard and Landorus. I mean, maybe a Power Whip into Landorus, but it's not going to do enough to knock out, especially after the Intimidate. So, yeah, we got the Charizard Mega Evolving, bringing out that Sun. I'm not sure about that. Alright, so Will was predicting an ally switch with the Ferrothorn. And now Cedric's in a really good position. If he did bring Politoed, he'd be able to bring it out and get rid of that Sun. Yeah, Cedric gonna bring back that Ferrothorn. Yeah, to bring out the Politoed. Look, I called it. Look at me doing shots and stuff. Alright, so we're getting rid of the rain. Charizard trapped with Shadow Tag, gonna try a Heat Wave and do nothing. I mean, the rain's out. It's a spread move, so it does 50% less to everything. Or 25% less? I don't know, between there. So, like, spread attacks. I believe it does 75% damage instead of the 100% to both things. Just because if it did 100% to both things, that'd be kind of ridiculous. Alright, so we got the Landorus using U-Turn. So one thing cool about U-Turn is even if Shadow Tag is up, you're able to escape it using U-Turn, Volt Switch, Baton Pass. I don't know if anyone's going to be running that. I don't know if Como runs Baton Pass. That'd be kind of a cool strategy. I don't think it does. Alright, yeah, so spread is 75%. Thank you, chat, for saving me with accuracy and making sure everything that I say is correct. It's been a while. I am rusty. Again, I look for gimmicks. Alright, so we're going to switch in the Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn can pretty much just do whatever in there, now that he's got a... not that the rain's up. It's now... I mean, it's going to do a good chunk of damage, but also Trick Room is up, so... Ferrothorn is now the fastest on the field. Yeah, Charizard gonna go for a Heat Wave. Gonna do a little bit of damage to Ferrothorn. Okay, a little bit more than a little damage. But, is that a berry? No, that's leftovers. So even when you do a spread move and one Pokemon protects, it still only does 75% to the other Pokemon that didn't protect. Alright, so Cedric's gonna switch out Ferrothorn into Toad. Just to try to save that Ferrothorn, because Ferrothorn is kind of scary right now. Especially when it's the fastest and hits really hard. But Como, Dragon and Fighting. Gothitel's gonna do some damage on there, hopefully do something. Politoed's and maybe gonna try to go for like a Scald or maybe a Perish Song for shenanigans. I think it's too early to do Perish Song, but maybe he's gonna try to hit the Charizard with a Scald just to try to get rid of it, because that if Cedric can get rid of the Charizard, he can pretty much bring in Ferrothorn and threaten pretty much everything on his team. Alright, so Cedric's gonna scout for this turn. Will's gonna save his Como, and Charizard's gonna do a little, try to get rid of that Gothitelle to hopefully switch out or just get rid of something. Alright, so oh, we're going for a double protect on the Como, just to see something happen. Alright. So Cedric's got Encore on his Politoed, so now that Como has protected, Encore makes it so they have to keep using the move that they used the previous turn over and over again for 3 turns. So since they used Protect, and this was actually the second time they used Protect, I mean Politoed's right now faster than Como because of Trick Room, but all Como can do is just fail Protect, essentially. Maybe hit a Protect, more than likely fail. Landorus is going to come out. Oh, try to get rid of that Charizard. Oh, and Cedric's going to get rid of I don't know if Cedric's... Oh, okay, so Cedric is probably trying to, wait. Alright, never mind, I was going completely different, because the Como, he switched out instead of doing Encore, because Encore doesn't hit through Protect. Oh, Trick Room ended, never mind, alright, things are backwards. He probably close combated just because... Yeah, if I wish there was like a graphical indication of Trick Room. I mean, there's all... I know they're really pushing the game to its limits with all the graphics and all that, but... Alright, so Cedric's gonna throw in the Gothitelle just to trap the Charizard and then switch out the Politoed, probably to get up the rain. To make Heat Wave and stuff do a little bit less. But Como is still gonna bash away with Clangorous Scales. Landorus is just hanging on. But Charizard's gonna help get rid of that. So no more Landorus. Will's got pretty good control right now. 4-2. I mean, Charizard can switch. Oh no, he can't switch out. But Gothitelle and Politoed are so low HP. Yeah. All right. So Will forfeited. No, Cedric forfeited. Sorry. So we're going to game 3. All right, first 2 rounds going to game 3. So we got good stream things. All right, we're doing it. Alright, so it's game 3. Cedric seems pretty set on Landorus, Toad, Ferrothorn, and Gothitelle, but maybe he's rethinking it right now. Will seems pretty confident with his choices. It's alright, my leg is asleep. And, okay. Alright, let's go to game 3. Alright, so Cedric sending up Gothitelle and Landorus. And Will returning with Charizard and Como. Pretty confident that lead, I mean, Cedric was having problems with it, couldn't really do anything against it. But maybe Cedric's got a plan. Maybe he knows what to do. I know, Alright, so Will is gonna Mega Evolve the Charizard. Get up that Sun, probably do a Heat Wave. Como's probably gonna set up with a Clangorous Scales. Gothitelle's gonna protect. Charizard gonna focus into that Landorus, try to get rid of it. Oh, and it looks... Oh, no, this Clangorous Scales. Alright, well, we'll Theory Talk while animation is happening. Well, actually, Como went before, so Cedric in another tight position. Doesn't know how to handle this Charizard Como lead. Yep, so Politoed gonna get rid of that Sun. Curious what he's got planned now. Will's probably just going to keep attacking. He might protect the Charizard just in case there's a Scald from Politoed. But Como can just do whatever he wants. He's king of the field right now. Alright, so Will's going to try to do a little bit of damage to that Gothitelle, but Charizard's going to hang in there. Even in the Rain and Scald, and like stab and everything, Charizard's still got a pretty decent special defense. I believe it's 110 after he Mega Evolves, so it's nifty. So Gothitelle's going to protect, and Como is just going to do some shenanigans. Let's just keep doing damage, because why not? Clangorous Scales, like, even though his defense falls, it doesn't really matter, because Cedric's Pokemon don't have any physical attackers. Will is trying to get rid of that Politoed. Flamethrower, just, I don't know, trying to do something to it. But Cedric's gonna come back with a Scald to knock out that Charizard. I think Will was hoping that Clangorous Scales was going to do a little bit more to that Politoed, but Politoed's a pretty special defensive. Like, I think it's got like base 100. Again, I'm trying to get this all from the top of my mind. I'm not playing in like a couple years. It's something. All right, so we got Landorus coming in, threatening, probably with a U-turn. He could also Rock Slide. You know, just do some sort of spread damage to get rid of one of the Pokemon. So Cedric's gonna protect. And Will's just gonna do Clangorous Scales, because why not? Let's keep doing it. Alright, so bye Gothitelle. So Cedric's down to 2 Pokemon now. Yeah, Landorus U-turn. He just wants to get rid of that Gothitelle. That Shadow Tag can really, I don't know, it traps you essentially. Yeah, it traps you. Alright, so Will in a good position. Alright, so Kingdra here. Alright, this is Cedric's ace in the hole for this game. Alright, so we got Kingdra. Kingdra has Swift Swim, so whenever there's rain up, his speed doubles. And Kingdra's just ridiculously fast in the rain right now. Even with the +1 speed on Como, Kingdra is king. Oh, he's the fastest. And we're gonna do some Hydro Vortexing. Try to get rid of, probably trying to get rid of the Como because that's the biggest threat on the field. But Will predicted it. The Como is gonna take 25%. Oh no! Send the Landorus. Let's just get rid of Landorus. Let's go. But we don't know if that was a physical Hydro Vortex or special. Kingdra can go either way. It's got a pretty balanced stats. I believe 95 in everything, except for HP. Maybe a little bit lower speed, maybe like 85. But all right, so we got Will with a Zapdos. And we still got that Como, which can just, I don't know, right now, Cedric's in a pretty good position. Depending whether or not the Como and Zapdos have Protect, there might be some mind games on like who to hit. But alright, so Will's gonna try to save his Como. Maybe he's gonna try to scout it. Oh no, alright. So Cedric trying to get rid of that Como. And Zapdos gonna just melt Politoed. Zapdos got a 125 base special attack, and I know right now in this meta, there's a lot of people building especially offensive Zapdoses. Oh, alright. So Cedric knew that was it. So we got Will winning it. Awesome. Alright, so that was round 2. And I don't know, I guess we're seeing my beautiful face now.